Welcome to T1 Academy. In our last session, we discussed about the basic concepts and some of the models of our compound interest. So today, in this session, we are going to discuss in detailed problems from the same concept, that is compound interest, students. So when it comes to the compound interest problems, yesterday we have seen, we solved it with the help of what? Ratios and all those things. Similarly, we are going to solve this method. See here, find the compound interest on rupees 15,360 at 50% rate for 9 months if the interest compounded on quarterly basis. In our last video, the last two problems we have solved if the interest is compounded based on what? Half yearly. There what we have done, students? Simple. Only difference which we made there was, there we divided the rate of interest by 2. Why? What is the reason? It is half yearly. Now this is quarterly. Now what I should do in this case? I should divide the rate of interest with 4. Okay, good. And next difference what we have done, when it comes to the time slot, if time slots was doubled there. Why? Because for a year we will have 2 half years, right? Now for a year, how many quarter years we will have? We will have 4 quarter years. We will have 4 quarter years. That means here we are going to take the time period will become what? 4 times. That means the time slots. The time slots will be 4 times and rate of interest will be reduced by 4. R by 4. Okay. Now, if the interest component on quarterly basis, now what will be my rate of interest? Tell me. 50 by 4. This will become what? 12.5%. 12.5% means what it becomes, students? It becomes 1 by 8. 12.5% means it becomes 1 by 8. And on quarterly basis for how many months? 9 months. 9 months contains how many quarter years? Quarter year means what, students? Actually 3 months. Quarter year means what? Actually it is 3 months. Now I have here 9 months means how many quarter years I will have? 3 quarter years. Okay. 3 quarter years I will have. So that means very simple as usual. 1 by 8 initial final. 8, 9. 1 by 8, 8, 9. See here, students, anyway here all it is in incremental manner. You can directly add. Why? Because here there is no chance of decreasing, only increasing. So 8 plus 1, 9. 8 plus 1, 9. Next 1 by 8, 8 plus 1, 9. So total this will become what? 512 parts. This becomes how much? 729. 729 parts. Now see here what they are telling. Compound interest on this one. What is the compound interest from this one? What I will get? I will get 217 parts, right? Compound interest. Why? Because this is my principal, this is my amount. So what is the interest I will get here? 217 parts. Given that 512 parts. 512 parts is what? 15360. 512 parts is how much? 15360. What is 217 parts? This is into 30. Similarly here also into 30. 200 into 3, 600. 17 into 3, 51. So 651 and 10. So the interest earned here will become what? 6,510 rupees. The interest earned here will become how much? 6,510 rupees. Okay. Next one. In what time will a man receive rupees 51 as compound interest on 625? Okay. This is little bit different. At 4% compounded annually. At 4% compounded annually. See here, they are asking us the time here, students. We don't know how much time it is going to take. But how much interest he is getting here? 51. If interest is 51, students, please observe one thing. If interest is 51, what about amount? Please tell me what is amount here? 625 is principal and amount will become what? 51. Sorry, interest is 51. So amount will become what overall? 676 rupees. 676 rupees. That means 4%. 4% means what, students? 4 by 100. That is 1 by 25. 1 by 25. That means initial, final. Initial and final. It will become what? 25 and 26. And we don't know how many years like this it will happen. And we don't know how many years it will happen like this. But at last it will become what? This will become 625 and this becomes 676. This becomes 625 and this becomes 676. With some common sense also we can say that how I will get this 625, students? How I will get this value as 625? 25 into 25 is 625. 25 into 25 is 625. And similarly 26 into 26 what it becomes? 676. 676. So that means how many years it is? Just 2 years. This is just 2 years. So our answer here will become 2 years. Our answer here becomes 2 years. Okay. Next one. Now see here, the compound interest on rupees 40,000 and 9% per annum for a certain time is 7524. The time is. They given us the compound interest here. So first of all, tell me what will be my amount here? 40,000 plus 7,524. It will become what? 47,524. It will become what? 47,524. Okay, good, superb. Now, the same logic. What it is? 9% per annum, right? 9% per annum, generally. So 9%, what I can write? 9 by 100. I cannot cancel it. I will put like that only. So initial and final, what it becomes? Tell me. It becomes 100 initial, and finally it will becomes what? 109. And finally it becomes what? 109. Okay. Like this it happened for some years. We don't know for how many years it has happened. And finally it became what? This became some 40,000. And this became some 47,524. 47,524. If you look like this, you will not get the idea. Let us try to reduce it by some value. Anyway, this is type of ratio only, right? So I will divide it with 4. It will become what? 10,000. And when I divide it with 4, what it becomes? 1, 1, 3, 5 means it becomes 8, 3, 2 means 8 and 1. So 11881. 11881. Now please observe here, students, why I divided only with 4 and why I am not going further means very simple. Here what I have? 100. When 100 will become 10,000, tell me. When 100 becomes 10,000, when I multiply it with 100, it will become 10,000, right? That means if next year increment is 100 and this should be incremented with what? 109. That means if this, let me check whether it is happening. What is 109 square? What is 109 square? 109 square is 109 plus 9, what it becomes? 118, and 9 square is 81. So 109 square is 11881. So that is matching. So that means this process should be repeated for how many times? 2 times. 2 times. Then this will be our answer. This is one method, students. This is one method. Then, sir, what is the other method? Means you can verify it with the options also. Okay, you can verify it with the options, but it will take some time. But if you observe these things here, that is really good. Take with the least option and try to check it. For example, if it is increased for 2 times, it will become what? You can check and you can solve it. Like that also you can do. But my suggestion is try to observe here itself. Definitely, you will get the idea quickly. Why? Because from these values only these values are derived. From these values only these values are derived, so that you will get the idea quickly as well as the answer also quickly. No need to worry that, sir, each and every time whether we will get 2 or 3. Yes, you may get sometimes 3 or 4 also. But the core remains the same, right? Definitely by observing these values, you will get the idea. You should get the idea also. Then only it will be good. If not, it will take more and more time for us to solve the problems. Okay, right? Next one. Now, in what time will a man receive 1449 as compound interest on rupees 10,000 at 7% per annum compounded annually? Similar one. Pause the video and try to solve it. Everyone, pause the video. So what you will get here? Amount, finally amount will become what? 11,449. 11,449 is the final amount. So now, initial 7% means what? 7 by 100. So initially it is 100, finally it will become what? 107. Like this it happened for many years and they given very clearly. Finally it became, initial value is what? 10,000 and final is what? 11,449. Very simple, right, students? How 100 will become 10,000? Tell me. If I multiply with 100, that means this was repeated for. Similarly 107, please check, is 107 into 107 equal to 111,449? Yes, it will be equal definitely. So how many years? 2 years. 2 years will be our answer in this case. Okay. Next one. If the amount is 3 by 8 times of the sum after a certain time at 50% per annum compound interest, then find the time for which the sum was invested. For which the sum. See here, students, amount is 3 by 8 times of the sum. That means what? Amount is equal to Okay, 3 by 8 means what it becomes? 27 by 8. 3 by 8. 3 by 8 means what? 27 by 8. 27 by 8 times of principal. Sum means what here? Principal. That means amount by principal is what? 27 by 8. That means the ratio between amount and principal should be what? 27 and 8. Okay, sir. That means this is final and this is initial. Am I correct? Till now we solved. Okay, now keep this aside. Now come to our question. 50% per annum. 50% means what, students? 1 by 2. So if you write initial and final, okay, initial will become how much? 2. Final will become what? 3. Like this, for how many years it has happened? We don't know. But finally it should become what? Initial should become 8 parts and final should become 27 parts. Now tell me, how 2 can become 8? How 2 can become 8 if it was multiplied for 3 times? How 3 can become 27 if it was multiplied for 3 times? Right? So that means what is the duration here? 3 years. We can understand what is the duration here? 3 years. In 3 years this will happen. Is it simple or not? Is this logic simple or not? Yes, it is really very simple if you know the concept. If not, for the same problem it will take a lot of time. You should know the basics and you should know how to use it. Okay, students, understood? Right. Next problem. Simple. In how many years will a sum of rupees 16,000 at 10% per annum compound interest compounded semi-annually? Semi means what, students? Semi means what? Half yearly. Semi means what? Half yearly. Becomes 18,522. This is what? Principal. And this is what? Amount. This is what? Amount. What they are telling? 10% per annum. So compounded half yearly means what will be my rate of interest for half year? 5%. As usual, we will write the same thing. Increase it by 5% means 5% means what it becomes? 1 by 20. So initial and final I will write. Initial it is 20 parts, finally it becomes how much? 21 parts. Like this it happened for multiple times and finally it became what? 16,000. Okay, it became 16,000. When it comes to this one, it became what? 18,522. 18,522. Now please observe here, students, how 20 can become 16,000. That is first thing. And how 21 can become this value. Please think in that manner. If you didn't get the idea, okay. Now let us cancel with it 4 table or something like that and try to do it. Tell me, 16,000. How 20s are? It will become what? Okay, let us cancel it with, if I go with the 20 table, students, I am not getting a perfect multiple. Why? Because I have only 16,000 here. I don't have a 0. If I have one more 0, I would have taken this as 4 years directly. I would have taken this as 4 time slots directly. But is it happening like that here? Is it happening like that here? How 20 will become 16,000 and how 21 will become 18,552? Please observe the option once. 6 months, 1 year, 6 months and 2 years. 2 years. 6 months means only one slot, right? So 20 is 16,000, 21 is 18,522. It is not going to accept. Okay, it is not working. If it is 1 year means how many time slots we will have? We need to check it. Now please solve this one. How many years it will become this much? So first of all, I will reduce it with 4 table. I will reduce it with 4 table. What happens to this one, students? It will become 4,000. And what happens to this one? Please observe what is happening with this one. 4. It is not divisible with 4, right? So just with 2 table, it becomes 8,000. It becomes 8,000. Then what happens to this one? 9, 2, 6, 1. 9 to 6, 1. 9 to 6, 1. 9 to 6, 1. So 20 into 20 into 20. Yes. 20 into 20 into 20 is what? 8,000. Similarly, if you check 21 into 21 into 21 will become 9261. 9261. Now tell me, what will be our answer? 3 years. Is it correct? Is it correct? No. Why? What is the reason? Here 3 time slots. 3 time slots. And what about this slot? Each slot is what? Just a half year. Each slot is what? Just a half year. So that means what will be my answer? 1.5 year. 1 year, 6 months will be my final answer here. My final answer will be here 1 year, 6 months. 6 months. Why? Because here each slot is just half year. Each slot is just a half year. So, my answer will become what? 1 year, 6 months. 1 year, 6 months. See here students, sometimes we will get the idea quickly. Sometimes we may not get. In that cases, if you get the idea quickly, good. If not, try to reduce them students. Definitely you will get the idea. Okay? Right? Next one. A sum of rupees 12,500 will amount to 14,045 in 2 years if the interest is calculated every year. The rate of compound interest is. Now reverse. Here they doesn't mention as the rate of interest. We need to find the rate of interest in this case. It was reduced to 14,045 in 2 years, right? In 2 years. So first of all, please observe. If it is general case, let us assume it as some x percentage. So what you would have written? Initial and final. X percentage. If you have taken it as x percentage, you would have written it as x by 100. So initial it will become 100. Final it will become 100 plus x. Am I correct? If it is 7 percentage, what we have done till now, 7 by 100, something like this. And similarly, this will become 100. Why? Because 2 years, and this will become what? 100 plus x. Overall, this 10,000 parts is equal to what? Some 12,500. And what is this? This portion. This is one method. What you will get? 100 plus 100. You will get a mixed value you will get. So, sir, is it easy for us to find it? Is it easy for us to find this one? No, it is really difficult. Then how we are going to solve this type of problems? One thing is you can do the option verification. Okay, but option verification is also very, very lengthy. Then how we will get the answer? Now check this one, students. What is the interest earned here? 12,500 is the principal and 14,045 is the amount. What is the difference between these two? Please try to find that one. What is the difference between these two? Here we are going to use the formula of effective percentage. What is the difference between these two? 1545 will be the difference. Why? Because this is 12,500 and this is 14,045. So what will be the difference here for us? 1545 will be the difference. Okay. Here interest and here will become what? 1545. Now please simply find out 100 parts principal. Assume that our what we can say is let us assume our 100 into 100, right? 100 into 100. We have solved that one earlier. 100 into 100 parts. Or else generally take it as normal method only. If 100 parts principal is some 12,500, what is my interest? This is how much? 1545. This percentage will be how much? 1545 will be what value? 1545 will be what percentage here? Cross multiply it students and try to get what is this percentage. X into 12500 is equal to 100 into 1545. 2 zeros get cancels. In 5 table 5, 25s are 5, 3s are 0s are 9s are. So X value will become what? 309 by 25. 309 by 25. This is how we are getting. Are we able to find the answer for this one? No. Then what we are going to do like this also, you are not getting the answer. If you go with our traditional one, you will get the answer, but it will take some time. What is the formula we have? Amount formula. You can use that one also. Okay. What is the amount formula you will have, students? Please see here. Amount is equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole square. Amount is how much here? 1404. This one will become 14,045 by 12,500. Okay. That is equal to 1 plus R by 100 whole square, 1 plus r by 100 whole square. Now please observe here students, if I cancel it with 25 table, 5 2s are 5s are 0 zeros. In 5 table if I cancel it, what it becomes? 2, 8, 0, 9. Now please observe here, 2809 by 2500 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole square is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole square. Now please observe this students. Can I write this as square of something? Yes, I can write it. What is that square? I can write this one as 53 square or 57 square. Why I am telling 53 or 57 only? Why? Because units digit is 9. Units digit is 9. That means I will get either 53 or 57. So please check 53 square for me here. 53 into 53, 3 3s are 9 and 15, 5 3s are 15. 1 obviously here I am getting 0 means this is the square of 53. So I can write this as 53 by 50 whole square. 53 by 50 whole square, that is equal to 1 plus r by 100 whole square. R by 100 whole square. So this square will get cancelled. Am I correct? This square will get cancelled. So 1 plus r by 100, what it becomes? 1 plus r by 100 it becomes 53 by 50. Then it will become what? 3 by 50. 3 by 50. Then r value will become what? 6 percentage. R value will become what here? 6 percentage. R value becomes here 6 percentage. Okay, sir. If we go like that, we will get the answer in this manner. Okay. Okay. Now we will go with the ratio percentage once again. We will once check this ratio percentage once again, students. If it is x percentage, if it is x percentage and x percentage, what it becomes? X by 100. This is also x by 100. Okay. And directly this 1000 parts is equal to what they given for us? 10,000 parts, 100 and 100, and this will become 100 plus x, 100 plus x. For time being, put that aside. Put that aside. So now what it becomes? 10,000 parts. 10,000 parts is equal to 12,500. 10,000 parts is equal to 12,500. Then what will be equal to? 14,045 parts. This will be equal to what? This will be equal to what? Please try to find this value. Then obviously you will get the answer for this one. Cross multiply this, what you will get? 10,000 into 1405 is equal to x into 12,500. 2 zeros get cancelled, right? Next 25 4s are, 25 5s are. Am I correct? Next 5 1s are, 5 2. What you will get? 5 2s are, 8s are, 0s are 9. So 4 into 2809 is equal to what? X. 4 into 28, x not x, here we will take a. Why? Because if I take once again x, you may confuse with this one. You may confuse with this one. So a value will become what for me here? 4 into 2890. So 4 into 2890. Anyway, 2 years, right? 2 years, right? Please try to square root it. Please try to square root it. Please try to square root it. So what it becomes? 2 into 53. What it is? 106. Means instead of 100 plus x, I should have what? 106. Instead of 100 plus x, I should have what? 106. That means what is the value of x here, students? 6. What is the value of x here? 6. Like this also you can find. But this type of problems, if you have any slightest doubt, go with the basic method. Go with the basic method. If not, go with our ratio method. Ratio method. If you are really good, sir, I can calculate, means you can use this ratio method and you can solve it. If not, go with the basic method only. Okay? Right? Next one. At what rate percent per annum will 56 yield a compound interest of 8827 in 9 months, interest being compounded quarterly? 9 months and quarterly means what? First of all, my rate of interest, they are asking us what? Per annum. You will get the rate of interest, but you should multiply it with 3. We should multiply it with 4. Okay, first of all, see here what it is becoming 5600. Let us assume for quarter year it is X percentage. For quarter year it is X percentage. So now what happens to this one, students? 100 X. And how many months? 9 months. So this will become what? 100 plus X. Next 100 plus X. Next 100 plus X. Like this it happened for 3 times. And overall this will become what? 100 something like this. So this much is equal to what? 56,000. This one is equal to what? 56,000. Okay. Now what it is? You can get 8,827 means something parts is equal to, add 56,000 plus that one, what will become? 64,827. 64,827. When you cross multiply it, please students, I will cancel here directly. 3 zeros get cancels. Okay. So directly what I can write? 64827 into 1000 is equal to 56 into X. 56 into A, not X, A. Why? Because X I have already used it there. Okay, this is 1000. Don't disturb this 1000 for time being. Try to cancel this one, 56 and this one. 56 means in what table we will get 56 in general? 5600. We will go with the 23 only. Sorry, with the 2 table, not in 2 table. 56 means, let me check 7 table. 1 8, yes, 7 table. 7 8s are 56. In 7 table, 7 9s are 63. Right? 7 9s are 63. And what I will be left with? 7 2s 61. 9 2 6 1 and 8. 9 2 6 1. Please observe this one, 9 2 6 1 and 8. So 8A is equal to 9 2 6 1. And next A value will become what, students, here? 9 2 6 1 by 8. A value will become 9261 by 8. Now which cubic root is 9261? If you go cube which value, you will get 9261. 729 into 9 you will not get. 11 cube you will not get. 9261. By cubing which value will we get 9261? And we will have zeros also, that is secondary. Those we will get as zeros only. Okay. Now 8 ones, 8 this, thousands means what it becomes? 125. So 9261 into 125. A value will become what for me here? 9261 into 125. Why? Because 8 ones and 8 125s. 8 125s. You will get that value. Okay. So now which cube is this one? 9261. By cubing this one, which value you will get? 729 is not, that is possible. 11 cube is 1331. What is 20 cube? It is 8000. So let me check. 20 cube it will become, right? 23 cube. 529 into 23. 529 into 23. What it becomes? 529 into 23. 7s are not, it is possible. No, it is not possible. If it is 21 cube, 21 into 21, what it becomes? 441. 441 into 21, 1 ones 1, 4, okay, 4, 2, 8, 8, yes, 1, 6, okay. This is 21 cube, 21 into 5 whole cube. A is equal to what? 21 into 5 whole cube. 21 into 5 whole cube. That means what, students? It will become what? 105 cube. Now that means 100 plus x is what here, students? 105. 100 plus x is what here? 105. That means x value is what here? 5. X value is what here? 5. This is for what? Quarter year. This is for what? Quarter year. But they are asking per annum. Per annum means what? 5 fours are 20. 5 fours are 20. So the rate of interest here will become what? 20% per annum, 20% per annum. This is how we will get the answer. Okay, we are getting the answers in this manner. Okay, next one. Little bit you should be quick and observe the things carefully to get the answer. At what rate percentage per annum of compound interest will a sum of money become 4 times of itself in 2 years? 4 times of itself in 2 years. That means amount is equal to 4p, right? Amount is equal to 4p. Amount is equal to 4p. Now tell me, amount by principal is equal to what? 4 by 1. Amount by principal is what? 4 by 1. 4 by 1. That means that finally I should have the ratio between them should be what? 1:4. The ratio between them should be what? 1:4. 1:4. Now they are asking us, will a sum of money in 2 years. In 2 years, how it will become? Rate of interest. For example, if I assume it as some x or something else. Something else. So now what happens to this one? X percentage means 100 and 100 plus x. Next 100 and 100 plus x. 100 and 100 plus x and 100 and 100 plus x. This will become what overall? 10,000. Okay. Now please see here students. By putting which value I will get there? I should get what? I should get here. This is one part. This is one part. For timing, forget about this one. I should get here how much? 4,000. I should get here 4,000. Tell me when I will get 4,000 here. By multiplying which two numbers? By multiplying 200 with 200, right? 200 into 200, sorry, 40,000. I should get 40,000 means I should multiply with 200 with 200. That means to get 200, what is the value of x here students? 100, right? That means what should be my rate of interest here? What should be my rate of interest? My rate of interest should be 100% here. My rate of interest should be 100% here. My rate of interest should be 100%. See here students, once again I am repeating. We don't know the rate of interest, but it should be doubled in 4 times of itself in how many years? 2 years. So 100 and 100. If it is x percentage, what you will write? X by 100, right? That means 100 plus x, 100 plus x. So 100 into 100, what it becomes? 10,000. Given that this 10,000 is one part. That means from this, forget about this one. From this 4 parts should will become what? 40,000. Now tell me by multiplying which two numbers you will get 40,000, 200 with 200, right? That means this value should be 200 and this value should be 200 overall. That means what should be my x value? X value should be 100. Then only this will happen. So that means how much, what should be my rate of interest here? 100%. My rate of interest should be here 100%. 100%. This is how you need to solve the problems. Think carefully and solve. Next, I invested a sum of money at compound interest. It amounted to 4840 in 2 years and to 5324 in 3 years. Now see here students. 4840 in what? 2 years. In our last video I skipped one problem, right? This is one of that, this is of that kind only. Next, and the same amount, it was amount of what? 5324 in what years? 3 years. Okay. 5324 in 3 years. 5324 in 3 years. So now please observe here students. How did we calculate this one? Generally, how did we calculate this one? We will take the previous year's amount and interest on this amount, right? Previous year's amount and interest on this amount will give us this third year's amount. Will give us the third year's amount. So what is the amount in 2 years? 4840. That means what will be the interest only, interest calculated only in the third year will become out more 5324 minus 4840. That means here it is 160 and here it is 324. Overall it will become what? 484 rupees. 484 rupees is the interest earned on the previous year's amount. What is the previous amount I have here? This one. Okay, previous amount is how much? 4840. That means 100% is equal to 4840. Now tell me what is this 484? 484 it is what percentage? Will become what? 10%. 484 will become what? 10%. That means my rate of interest here is how much? 10%. Simple students. That is the reason I told you that how we will assume compound interest means Compound interest is nothing but we always calculate interest on the previous amount. What is the amount after 2 years? This much. On this amount we will calculate interest, right? Not on principal. We will calculate interest on amount. So previous year's amount is how much for me? 4840. 4840. On this, I am collecting the interest additionally. What is my additional interest here? 484. This 484 is what? This 484 was collected from the previous year's amount. What is previous year's amount? 484, 4840. On this, if I add interest, it will become that one. Okay. So my overall amount after 3 years, it will become what? 5324. 5324. And this 10% is equal to what? 484. 10% is equal to what? 484. Okay. Right. Next one. We will see. Don't worry. Now, I invested a sum of money at compound interest. It amounted to 6741 in 3 years and 6420 in 4 years. Okay. Find the rate of interest. There is some change here, students. Why? What is the reason? What is the mistake here? That is 3 years and this is 4 years. That means definitely it should increase, right? So, please change that money to this one, 6741 to this one and 6420 to this one. Okay, 6420 in 3 years and 6741 to 4 years. Then what is the same logic, right? What is the interest on this 4th year? That means what is the interest and in the 4th year? In the 4th year, what is the interest and 6741 minus 6420. How much interest would end here? 321 rupees. So now my previous 3rd year's amount is how much? 6420. That means 100% is equal to 6420. Then what is 321? 321. Please observe here carefully, students. This is by 20, right? By 20. So here also by 20 do it. What you will get here? 5%. If you have get the idea, it is good. If not, cross multiply it, students. Cross multiply it. This is by 20. I will get this value. Similarly, this one also divided by 20, you will get this value. So what is rate of interest here? 5%. Find the rate of interest. What is the rate of interest here? 5%. So interest earned on my previous years. Okay, 5%. Understood, students? Very simple. If you understand the logic, then it is really easy. If not, it becomes a complex concept. Next one. Now, after 5 years, okay, sum of 12,000 is deposited at compound interest to become double after 5 years. How much will it be after 20 years? It is becoming double after 5 years, right? Now, we will see generally. First, it is a P plus 5 years. How much it will become, students? 2P, right? 2P. If 5 more years passes, 2P will become what? 4P. Why? Because a double. It will become double. Next, if 5 more years are passed, what happens to this one? It will become what? 8P. Till now, how many years are passed for me? 15 years. Next, once again 5 years. It will become what? 16P. It becomes what? 16P. That means how many times it is increasing? It is increasing by 16 times. It gets increased by 16 times. So, what is 1 time? 12,000. So, 12,000 into 16. 12,000 into 16. 12 6 are what it becomes? 192 and 3 zeros. So, it will become what? 1,92,000. It becomes 1,92,000. 1,92,000. Actually, students, here we have a formula for this. What it is if a sum becomes n times of itself in, from this only this was derived, n times of itself in x years in compound interest, then it becomes n to the power of a times in A into X years. A into X years. A into X years. This was derived from this logic only. Okay. Now it is becoming 16 times, right? 16 times means what? It is becoming double. 2 times in what time? 2 times in 5 years. Right? 16 times means what you can write? 16 times means you can write it as 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4. So 4 into this 5, that is 20 years. From this area only, this formula was derived. This formula was derived. Okay, from this observation only this formula was derived. 2 times in 5 years. So 16 times. 16 times means how many years it will take? Directly 2 to the power of 4 you can write, and you can write it. Okay, right? Next one. Right. A sum of money amounts to 9,000 in 3 years and 12,960 in 5 years. Both on compound interest, find the rate of interest. See here students, in our previous cases, we have solved 2 examples, right? One is this example, this is 2 years and 3 years, and this one is 3 years and 4 years. So only 1 year gap, sir, we solved it very comfortably and easily. But here if you observe carefully, what is the time gap between these 2 things, students? What is the time gap between these 2 things? 2 years. 2 years. So don't worry. What we will take is, assume from here to here how many years are passed? 2 years are passed. From 9,000 it is becoming what? 12,960. In how many years? 2 years. Now what my suggestion here is, what it is anyway they asked us to find the rate of interest, right? Forget about the 3 years and 5 years. Now I will take this as my base, amount as my principal, and it becomes something after 2 years, something like this, right? Am I correct or not? So try to solve this one. If it is X percentage, what it becomes to students? If it is X percentage, it will become 100 and 100 plus X. Next 2 years only, right? 100 and 100 plus X. Okay, good, superb. No, there is no doubt in that. Now please observe carefully here, students. Please observe carefully. This is how much? Finally, this is 9,000 and this is 12,960. 0, 0 get cancel. 0, 0 get cancels. Okay, sir, fine, good. Next, I will cancel this with 9 table. 9 hundreds. What happens to this one? 9 ones are 9. 39 means it will become 44 times and 4 times. Now from this, please observe carefully, students. 100 into 100, it came to 100. 100 plus X and 100 plus X, it came to 144. Please try to identify the logic here, students. By adding what you will get 144 and 100. Think wisely. Or else cross multiply, don't worry. 100 into 100. 100 into 100. Okay, for time being. 100 into 100 is what? 100. This 100. And we don't know what it is. Let us assume it as some X is equal to what? 144. Some X is equal to what? 144. Not X, A. A is equal to what? 144. 100 into 100 is 100 and this one is some 144. Now please observe here. When I cross multiply it, what I will get? 100 into 144 is equal to 100 into 100 into 144 is equal to A into 100. A into 100. So this 100 will get cancelled. So A value will become what? 144 into 100. 144 into 100. This is how much, students? 12. I am intentionally making it into square. This is what? 10. This will become what? 120. That means I should multiply 2 numbers so that its value should become what? 144 into 100. 144 into 100. Actually this is what? Okay. For your understanding I have written, but 14400. 14400. What it becomes, students? What it becomes? 120 whole square. That means here what it is? 120 whole square. Now to get 120 whole square, what it should be? X value should be 20 here and X value should be 20 here. So that means what is the rate of interest here? Tell me. 20%. Rate of interest is 20. Don't be confused by seeing, sir, this is 3 years and 5 years. Don't take like that. Obviously, this one consider it as new principal, and this is the amount after some 2 years. And this is how it will work. This is how it will work. So, the rate of interest here is how much? 20%. Rate of interest is how much here? 20%. 20%. Whatever it is, take that one as principal and that one as amount. Anyway, in this type of cases, most of the time, remember, they will ask us rate of interest. For example, if they ask us the principal in this case, then what it is? First, you will find the rate of interest. You will find the rate of interest, and then you can do the remaining things. Rate of interest you have, and amount after this one is there. So, usually you will find the rate of interest and relation you have, right? Take that relation and try to get it. As usual, first you will find rate of interest and then you will find the sum or amount, whatever it may be. Next one. A sum of money placed at compound interest 4 times of itself in 9 years. 4 times in what? 9 years. Just now we have solved the problem and we derived a formula. 64 times. 64 times in what time? 4 times and 64 times. What is the relation? 4 cube. So, 3 nines are 27 years. That means it will become 64 times in how many years? 27 years. 27 years. 27 years. Understood, students? 4 times in 9 years and 4 cube times in 3 into 9, 27 years. A simple and a direct formula, you will get the answer. Okay? Next one. Right? That's it. Thank you very much. In our next video, we are going to see the relation between simple interest and compound interest, and as well as installments cases. Right? Thank you very much. Thank you.